because I'm a fury.
It has been a really eventful last few weeks at work. What's good, everybody? Because I'm a Fury here, and I'm just jump right into this. A couple of days ago, I found out that a patient that I helped resuscitate walked out of the hospital alive a few days ago. And on the workplace of my job for the hospital I work for, I was mentioned. Much to my I didn't know. I get texts from my old partner who got transferred back to where he originally came from, telling me, "Yo, good job." I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yo, dude, you saved somebody on that person you saved, that cardiac arrest." And I remember I only had one cardiac arrest recently, so I already knew which one it was. So me and I give a lot of props to my partner who's been doing it a lot longer than I've been doing it. And the paramedics, of course, definitely. Like, we like the ones who punch. When some of us can get along, that is, but that's neither here or there. So somebody walked out of the hospital alive because of something I helped contribute to. Not totally taking the credit. I'm not that type of narcissist, but the fact that we get people to the hospital all the time, and we in critical states, and we don't know the fate sometimes. And sometimes when we know it, well, most of the time when we do know it, it's grim. So the fact that a young 25-year-old male, of course I can't tell you names and all that other stuff, it's against violation, but a 25-year-old male is able to walk out of the hospital. He was a small fellow too, just naturally just short and lightweight. He had no idea. I don't even know the condition he has, but he had something because he came back COVID negative. They thought because of the breathing difficulties he was having and the chest pain and everything was because of COVID-19. But he got sent home from the hospital because he tested COVID negative. And days later, he went to cardiac arrest, y'all. Cardiac arrest. And I have to I got to give props to his roommates. His roommates, if they did not know CPR and was keeping him alive by giving him CPR, he wouldn't be here today. So shout out to the roommates. It's like a connection, like how people can just work together. And some people could just benefit from that when they're in the most dire need. I kid you not. If his roommates didn't know CPR, he would have been a pronouncement, unfortunately. So props out to his roommates for knowing that. And I think CPR is something that a lot of people who not even into the first responder or medical field should know, because that can mean the key between life and death for a relative of yours. If you know what to do until we get on the scene, then you are that much closer to helping somebody that you love, your loved one. You that much closer. So I recommend it. People take a lot of these things for granted. And I once took a lot of this for granted, a lot of this knowledge, but because I never knew how it can really apply to the real world, but I was always interested in learning. And a thing about me, I could tell you this now, y'all. If I wasn't a environmental services worker for 6 to 8 years combined with my 2 jobs I was working, I couldn't be here now doing this. That man would not be alive. It's all a connection, y'all. It's like it's a gift that keeps on giving. And yes, first responders are overworked and underpaid. Yes, we are. So I don't have to sit here and tell you all these glorious things about it. But I can tell you one thing. I have value. I don't give a damn what anybody think. Alright? Now I damn sure ain't letting no grown ass man tell me I ain't got enough value. See? Look at my value. Look what I've done for somebody. Look what I've done for somebody with the help of people that I work with every day. I can't take all the credit. I won't take all the credit. But you see how that is? People do this every day. Especially in my field. And even in Black America, people do this every day. Just do their job and help others or just be altruistic. But you can't help certain people. You just can't. Because, like I told you, it has been an event few weeks. There was something that happened to me. Okay? And due to the incompetence of the local law enforcement who let a patient high on PCP that I transferred to a hospital, yes, they let him go out of his handcuffs, and this guy runs out of the room and directly starts to attack me. He caught me one good time before I knocked him the fuck out. You see that? So like I've said, I saved somebody's life. I helped save somebody's life. And then I had to knock somebody the fuck out weeks after that. It's really touch and go with this job. But you know what? I had to do what I had to do. And I wasn't proud of the nigga moment I had after that, if you want to know. I was in that emergency room where it happened. Like, you got me fucked up in here. You got me fucked up. Motherfucker, you hit me? You hit me? I'm gonna tell you that now. I don't see how people do that. Like, UFC fighters can tell you, boxers who have gone from standard boxing to MMA can tell you the pads are a lot thinner. They have to get their hands adjusted. I swear, it was like that when I popped him in his damn cheekbone right under his left eye. That was by reflex. I had to lay him out. I'm sorry. Because I can tell you one thing. As many people's lives that we do touch for the better, there's a lot of people who put us in harm's way. We are in harm's way because a lot of these drug addicts are either emotionally disturbed due to the drug habit, or they are already emotionally disturbed and the drugs do nothing but make it worse. And if you're dealing with somebody on PCP, Jesus Christ. So I had to lay him out. And guess what color he was? Because he ran past my white partner. He ran past the Hispanic female officer and the black cop because he knew they had guns. He came right after me. And he swear he don't remember that. Fuck out my face. So, yes, as glorious as it may feel to have saved a innocent man who had no idea what condition he had's life, there are instances where you just are like, wow. And then on top of that, just a few days, like last week, I'm driving, I'm in the back while my partner's transporting, and I'm a 70-year-old drunk, non-veteran, calling me the N-word up and down. And I told my partner, I'm like, yo, speed up, get me to the hospital. I don't want to be back here with this guy. I really don't. So, yeah, I said it, so what? Drunk, motherfucker egging you on and stuff. Trying to test you, see if your job, fucking with you. Because you can lose your job over this. So, I said this to him on the way out. Before I left out the side, I let my partner take over and let my partner walk him in. I'm like, I was like, you know what, sir? You better be lucky I passed and crossed while I was off duty. And just left it like that. Left it like that. No idle threat. Just pure fact. Not I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you. Just be lucky I will pass and cross when I was off duty. End of story. I had to. I'm just like, there's like a lot of things. But you know what? At the end of the day, I do love what I do. I do. It makes a lot of the people, like the first story I told you about, that I help save, make it worthwhile. Make all that, the racism that I get from patients, the just totally disrespect from some of the people, and that I work around. It makes all that worthwhile. When we could just come together and save someone's life. Anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna drag this so much further, y'all. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, and if you don't, just keep on trucking. Anyway, y'all, cause I'm a Fury. I'm out. Peace.